Hi there, just a quick video. I've got a new addition to the shack. When I say new, I don't mean exactly new, I mean sort of new. I've decided to move my very nice Icom IC-756 from my station that's set up in Abingdon to my home QTH now that I have my new shack kind of set up. The reason I've done this, well, there's two reasons really. There's three reasons. One is that I actually prefer using the 756 to the Yaesu FT991. It's just more intuitive to use. The FT991, don't get me, is a great radio, but a huge menu system and to sort of navigate through. I just prefer the Icom. I'm often complimented on the quality of my audio using the Icom, and I think that overall, I mean, obviously the Icom is a lot older than the Yaesu, but I think at the time it was relatively probably a lot more expensive than the cost of the Yaesu, or even the latest version, the FT991A. And the fact that it obviously also has a spectrum, but the Icom has a real-time spectrum, even though it's not in color. I actually quite like the fact that it's kind of like monotone. You know, it has an analog meter, all those kind of design cues that kind of give away the age of this radio. But at the end of the day, it is a superb radio for ham operation. It's brilliant, and I prefer using it. So that's one reason. The second reason is that having both of my transceivers at home means that I can very quickly switch antenna, and it just means that I can have one of my laptops connected to the Yaesu all the time, so as that if I get home from work or wherever and I decide actually I'm going to do some FT8, it's really quick. I can just literally switch the laptop on, it will literally boot the laptop up, switch the radio on, open up the software, and the laptop will immediately take control of the radio, and I can be transmitting on FT8 in a matter of seconds. And it just means that I don't have to sort of disconnect computer, you know, swap around basically. So I can have a dedicated transceiver for FT8, and I can have a dedicated transceiver for SSB. So that's another reason why I wanted to do it. And the third reason is that the Harwell Amateur Radio Society, I didn't realise until I got an email about a week ago, have got spare stations. They've got spare sets of equipment. I think they've got 4 complete stations kind of just sort of floating around available for the use of club members. They prefer to lend them to foundation licence holders. For obvious reasons, you know, to give them a chance to have a go on HF without, if they have, because quite often they haven't bought their own equipment, HF equipment. Everybody starts with 70 centimetres, 2 metres, as I did. But I said, look, you know, if you give me one of these sets, I can set that up at my other station in Abingdon, and then by prior appointment, if someone contacts me and says, oh, I'd like to use the equipment, can I use it for an hour tonight? I can set that up. So it means that the Harwell Amateur Radio Society can have like a satellite station in Abingdon that's kind of available by appointment, and I get to use both my radios at home. So all round, I think it's a very good solution, and so that's where I am. So I've just literally set it up today. I've just made a QSO. I've just worked United Alpha 9 Juliet India X-ray on this radio on 20 meters. So with my G5RV, so all working well. So there you go. So that's it. The shack already is getting pretty messy. So there's the Yaesu with the MFJ 949E, and then the Icom, I've always used it with a 948, and then some of my other kit. There you go. What a mess. What a beautiful mess. Okay, well, I think that's about it. I'll just see if this station, I'll just have a quick tune around on 20. Well, there's a few signals there, but they're quite weak. But it's a bit early. Anyway, so there you go. Icom IC-756, my favourite transceiver, but I've only got two, so it wasn't a very difficult decision to make. I'm still hankering after an Icom 7300, and the way to do that, I think, would be to part exchange my FT991. They are kind of similar radios, but the Icom has a few more bells and whistles. Now, the cost of part exchange is going to be probably about at least 500 quid, so you know that's quite an expensive set of bells and whistles, but let's see what happens. In the meantime, it's good to have my 756 back in the shack. Okay, well, thanks for watching.